Hello everyone, I'm Cassandra.
And I'm Mom.
And this is Millennial Mom. And today we are here to recap 90 Day Fiancé Before the 90 Days, Season 4, Episode 12, King of Wishful Thinking. Now, before we get into the video, we want to issue a spoiler alert. So we will link the time right here if you don't want a spoiler. So we'll give you about 5 seconds. And 1. So, if you haven't been aware that 90 Day Fiancé, the tell-all has been leaking all over Twitter, Instagram, wherever you get your social media from, it has. And ours truly, Mom, has a spoiler to give herself. Take it away.
Well, on another platform, another YouTuber named Cheryl's World, and you know what? She's located out of Las Vegas too, which I didn't know till recently. But this morning she went live, Pacific Coast Standard Time, with Yolanda's from 90 Day Fiancé, her real boyfriend.
What do you mean her real boyfriend?
Her real boyfriend, not Williams, but her real boyfriend. Now, his name will be in the spoiler, but I was able to ask him a question.
Mm-hmm.
And what I asked him was, because he had said that he didn't realize Yolanda had 6 kids till he started watching the show. That he had 3 kids. And I said, so, have you ever talked to any of the kids? He's like, no. So you didn't know there was 6 kids? He said, no, I didn't know. And I said, well, you know, me and my daughter watch 90 Day Fiancé, and we would have did a reverse image search a long time ago.
Long time ago.
You know, and then Cheryl was like, didn't you think it was weird that how, you know, pretty much how Yolanda did things? We're like, yeah, it was weird. Like, she was truly being catfish. But he did go on to say that there is no one named Williams. He knows someone by the name of Melvin or Melvins. Mm-hmm. So I thought that was interesting.
So if you would like to see that video, we are going to link that on our Instagram page. So you can go on our Instagram page or stop by Cheryl's page and let her know that we sent you. So now let's get into the video.
Before we begin our review, I would like to say Happy Mother's Day to all the mothers out there, mothers, grandmothers, aunties, whoever's taken care of you, who's loved you, who's groomed you. Happy Mother's Day to all the mothers around the world.
Happy Mother's Day.
Thanks.
I was talking to that.
Oh.
But Happy Mother's Day, Mom.
So now we begin with Ed and Rosemary. They're still at the pool, and Rosemary is still going in. She's telling Ed, I just can't do this with you. Why didn't you tell me all this? You didn't want no babies before you got here. Why do you still feel it's necessary to embarrass me? I put up with it. I've tried to forgive you, to look past it, but you just keep going on and on and on. And Ed is sitting there stunned.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
just shocked.
Yeah, like, why are you talking to me? She said, you know what? I'm done. I just want to go home, be with my son. You know, my son, he thought maybe you would be his dad, but as he gets older, he'll understand.
He's not even going to remember. And that was her fault for letting him call him dad.
Yeah. I also think that they should have took Prince on this trip, because I'm sure he doesn't get out anywhere. He's always going to be stuck at home with her sister.
Ed was too focused on the boom boom.
I know, but if you want to be a cohesive family, this was your second trip. You had a solo trip with Rose when you first got here.
He didn't care about it.
I know. What does he do? He gets up and he walks away. You know, that was a running theme this episode.
Everyone getting up and running away.
Getting up and running away instead of taking the issue head on. But you know what? I was like, good. He needs to get up and think about what he said and what he's done. Because I don't think he took that into account. Because he's so used to telling her what to do.
Mm-hmm.
You know, but she turned the tables and, you know, Rose got up, went to the room, got her things, said she was going home, packed her stuff. And producers asked her, so how do you feel? She's like, she feels okay. She's like, you know, she may have embarrassed her family or whatever, but it'll be okay. She knows her true prince will come.
Mm-hmm. She has been disrespected, but
Mm-hmm.
I have all the faith for Rose because now that we've seen her on here,
Yeah.
she's going to get so many other offers with people with more money and people who don't use mayonnaise in their hair. Ew, I haven't gotten over that.
Well, of course, Ed walks off. Producers ask him how he's feeling, and he's like, I'm just shocked. I just don't understand why she would say these things.
I mean, how many times is she supposed to let you disrespect her? Because
Exactly.
you have money. I'm going to need to see the receipts for that.
So Geoffrey and Varya has turned down that proposal, and Geoffrey just can't understand why.
Well, let's clarify it. Because Geoffrey tried to make it seem like she just flat out said no.
True.
She said, not yet.
Not right now. Maybe later.
Right. She didn't say no.
Yeah. But Geoffrey's not here for that. He's like, I came all this way for you. Why do they all say that? They know they came all this way for me. I mean, whoever it is.
You chose to come all this way.
Yeah.
You chose to find me on a foreign dating site knowing I live far away. So what do you think is going to happen?
Well, after that, Geoffrey's disappointed, of course. Then they fly back from Siberia to Moscow, and looks like it's time for Geoffrey to leave. So while he's packing up the stuff, he's constantly asking Varya, like he did in the very beginning, question after question after question. Are you sure? What's on your mind? How are you feeling? And Varya's trying to be low-key about this. She's trying to let him know, you know what? Not right now. I just learned these things about you, about your criminal past. I just need more time to see what's going to happen. She says, she knows that she loves him, but is not ready to commit right now. She doesn't feel comfortable. I think he ought to allow her to get with her feelings, to get comfortable. I mean, that trip to Siberia with her mom, that was the icing on the cake, because her mom, when they found out about that criminal past, it was over, regardless if it was like 10, 15 years ago or whatever.
That he claims that he hasn't even told her the whole truth. And that's what really bothered me about the scene, especially with them going to the airport. It's like, you still haven't even told her the full truth about what's going on currently with your charges and stuff. But you over here wanted this girl to instantly say yes to you.
Yeah.
And now you're sorry, Mom.
That's okay.
It's really made me mad. And then he is going to be like, well, you're just going to find somebody else. I'm just going to find somebody else. And that's that. I'm going to move on and all the other stuff.
Yeah, now he's getting all flippant with it. I'm like,
right.
When you get upset, I understand you can say things when you're upset. But sometimes when you're upset, you say the truth at the same time.
He was big mad.
He was. So, they're at the airport now. And he's like, so, again, how do you feel? Are you sure? She's like, yeah, I'm sure. So he goes in the airport. He's like, I guess I'm going to live my life. She's like, okay, calm. Varya's calm about this. So go ahead.
Varya was calm.
She was.
But he hit her with the thank you for your time.
Well, that was an airport, because she was outside thinking about it. And, she had kind of getting her feelings. She's like, probably in her mind, she was thinking she didn't want to leave it like this. So she goes in and gives him a hug. Like, oh, I don't want you to go. And that's when Geoffrey's like, oh. Well, you had your chance. Right. I don't want nobody second guessing it now. Thank you for your time. I was like, okay, Geoffrey, bye.
Right. It was a great trip. Like, who is this man? Like, if you didn't see the gaslight and the disrespect, how he probably came upon his charges, Varya dodged a bullet. That's all I gotta say.
She did. It's the morning after the dinner at Erika's parents. And that dinner went pretty good. I was pleasantly surprised with Erika's parents, how cool they were. Stephanie and Erika talk about how it's time for Stephanie to let her mom know. So they video call her mom. And she's like, this is Erika. She's like, hi. And the mom's like, hi, how are you guys? The mom is kind of like, hi.
Like, what's going on?
Yeah.
Like, why are you calling me? So when we thought that Stephanie was going to talk about her being bisexual, we thought wrong. Because she told her about how she went snorkeling or whatever you do with
the cage shark.
With the sharks. And Stephanie's mom was like, oh my God, that's so dangerous.
Right.
And Erika's looking like, what happened? Like,
right.
That wasn't a game plan.
Yeah, her mom was like, are you being safe? Take precautions. Like, yeah, she has her sanitizers, her hand masks, everything. I'm like, I haven't seen sanitizers yet. Not since she first landed, because I look for it every show. Since she's so sick. Oh.
We saw it one time, actually, when they went to go see the kangaroos, I believe.
Stephanie hangs up the call and was like, I just can't do it. I'm not ready yet. So Erika's like, okay. It's something else that she has to deal with Stephanie. If she's not ready, she's not ready. So now they go to Erika's friend's house to give, Stephanie another chance to bond with her friends before she goes home in a couple days. And Stephanie gets there, and Erika's friends are looking her side eye like, We see you, girl. You better not act up this time because we're going to say something to you this time.
Mm-hmm.
Did you get that vibe?
I did. Like, why are you still here? They were actually, it kind of felt like they were surprised that she was still there.
Yeah. So, needless to say, Stephanie actually opens up. They play games, and I'm surprised that she even went along with the game because the game was what? About telling all your truths or something like that?
Just telling your business in general.
Mm-hmm.
Because at first, you know, Erika was like, are you going to be okay with this? Because we all know how Stephanie gets down by now.
Yeah.
But Stephanie said, you know, I can go with this. She made like a little joke. I don't know if she was like joking or she's being serious.
Stephanie's sarcastic, so who knows?
But she went along with the game and she actually had fun.
Mm-hmm. Surprisingly.
For now.
Then it's the next morning, and Stephanie and Erika are laying in the bed. They're cozy, and they're talking about how the trip has been, because, again, Stephanie's leaving in a couple days. Erika tells Stephanie that, you know what, I really hope you can come out to your mom once you get home, because, you know, she has been in a relationship like that before where she was kept a secret, and she doesn't feel like she should be a secret.
Mm-hmm.
And she tells Stephanie that the relationship was for like off and on for 10 years. Stephanie's like, what? Why didn't you tell me this? I'm thinking like, what is the problem? We tell each other everything. Why am I just now learning this information? I didn't get that.
She throws the glassware, the trinkets, the food.
Yeah.
I was like, how dare you throw the food?
And walks out.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, really? Every time it seems that they get in a, not even a disagreement, just talking about things, Stephanie gets upset, throws a tantrum, and walks out the door.
Well, Erika's done that too.
Well, yeah, but with Stephanie's nagging, to me, Stephanie's nagging. She's just like, any little thing she hears. To be all the way real, don't think that Stephanie really wants to be in that relationship.
No, I think that she's trying to find it out. Sometimes.
Which means you're not trying to be in that relationship. That's an out.
But Erika did make some great points. It's like, you know, you didn't tell me about some of the diagnoses that you had. And she was like, well, because, you know, all I have is my mother. And we came from the Czech Republic. You know, once again, a sad story.
But that was like when she was a preteen.
And Erika's like, well, how is it fair for me to go through another relationship like this?
Right.
Stephanie wasn't hearing that. All she was really stuck on was, you didn't tell me the truth. But Stephanie didn't tell Erika the truth about many things either.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, I get that Erika's had a couple of flings with some of her friends, and that would make anybody feel uncomfortable.
True.
But, you know, you found out, you moved past it, but now you're going to be mad because she finally told you about a relationship. Maybe it was hard for her to tell you, and she was getting reminiscent of what you're doing to her right now, you know?
Yeah. And so, you know, Erika gets emotional. Turns out Stephanie is done with the relationship. She's done. They broke up.
I was like, there she go, trying to get that control back because she wanted to end it. But I was mad that Erika left in her briefs, her boxer briefs or whatever.
Well, she was trying to leave the best way she could to avoid any other situations with Stephanie. Moving on to my millennials' favorite, Avery and Ash.
It was my favorite. He was my favorite.
Well, Avery and Ash are back at it, arguing and everything from the last episode. And, you know, Ash has his things. He's about to walk out the door, and then he decides to turn back around. Now, see, I had a problem with this. I did. Because if you are going to talk all that talk, be upset with me because I'm asking questions, you get your bags, you're going to storm out. What? Pretend you storm out and then turn back around and said, what do you want from me, Avery? What do you want? Tell me right now if you want to save this, Avery. Tell me if you love me. Avery's like, I don't know I could do that because you know what you said to me? You told me I was hostile. And Ash is like, I just don't know what I want to do. Listen, you're a relationship coach, right? Supposedly.
No, or is he dating?
Whatever. With single women. So you should have came out your feelings because you said that, you know, women are more emotional. Clearly you're emotional because you couldn't get a hold of yourself, Ash. I was tired of this. Well, it turned out that they talked it out. They pretty much agreed to disagree. And they went to the hotel. Avery had her bag packed too. I don't know when she packed it though. And they decided to go meet Sion and Taj the next day because it was already on calendar to meet, right? So once they start out for the hotel, they're in a car, awkward conversation. Avery then decides to tell Ash that she'd rather sleep in another hotel.
He was
hot to trot.
Right?
He was like, okay, if that's what you need. But Avery explained that she really just wanted to think about things. And I'm just throw this part in to cool the situation down. Because, Ash was just at 100. So, stay in the same room. So to not to argue again, but I guess Ash didn't see it that way. The next morning, Avery goes to Ash in her own taxi. And they meet up to go meet Shion and Taj.
I don't know why he acted surprised that she showed up.
I know.
Like, she was going to show up. That's the whole reason why y'all drove 2 hours to come here.
Here's my thing, though. Ash says that he's already talked to Shion about the argument that him and Avery has had.
Well, you might thought that was odd in the beginning, because I did. Until later we found out a little bit more about Ash and Shion.
Well, they finally make it to the house, and Shion is nice. Taj is nice. He gives Avery a hug. I thought that was nice to come in. She's welcoming, kind of looking at her like, maybe from maybe what she heard, but then again, like, who's here to be around my son that I don't know?
At least he has a type, because they kind of look similar to me.
You think so?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, they have small talk, and then Avery and Shion decide to go to a wine bar to talk more. Once they get there, Avery has her questions. How'd you guys meet? What was your relationship like? Did he talk to you about them coming to America? But Shion told her that they had divorced only a year ago. Avery's like, wait a minute, what?
Right. I was shocked, because I'm like, how long have they been together?
Well, she said they were together for years, but been separated for years too, but they decided to take their time.
No. How long has Ash and Avery been together?
Oh, good question.
Because I thought it was around a year to 9
well,
months.
exactly. That's what she said. She said, so you divorced a year ago. That was right when we got together.
Flores busting him out, saying that he always comes here to give roses to women.
That was in earlier episodes, but yes, he did. So, hey.
Ash done did it again.
And you know what? When Shion said that, she said that to me like, only a year. I think Shion knows what's going on with Ash. I think so.
It might still be creeping on the low.
It kind of sounded like it was a little bit.
It did, 100%.
One of the main questions Avery had was, how do you feel about Ash and Shion coming to America? And she's like, well, I haven't completely wrapped my mind around it. She said that I think that Ash should be making accommodations for Taj. Like, he shouldn't have to come to him. And you know what? I personally, some of you may not, agree with that. Like, it's not up to your children, especially if he's younger. If they're older, maybe they can make a little more decision or input, but they shouldn't have to follow the parent. The parent should make the effort for the child. And Avery was like, she agreed with that, but now she's unsure about if they will even come to America.
For our last couple, of course, we have Lana and David. So we see David once again on his way to the airport to go to where? To Ukraine, to meet up with Lana again.
I was like, why, David?
For
you
the
just
8th
came
time.
back.
It's like, why did he even leave? He could have saved all that money and just stayed there in the hotel.
That's what I was thinking too. Not stay at the hotel. I'm thinking, okay, so this is going to be your 8th trip to the Ukraine, but you want to sell your house and live in an RV? That's what I was thinking.
I guess he got money to blow. He gets there and he's going to go meet with the PI.
The PI, but he requested a translator this time. I'm like, you should have had a translator the first time instead of carrying your laptop around with you everywhere to see if Lana is online. But that's just me.
And so we hear the same thing that he was saying over the phone, just in person. That, we can't find her sisters. We can't link her to nobody. She got 7-8 pages. This is more than likely a scam. And so David was hearing all this information, but he was like, no. He's not listening to me. He's only giving out the information that he wants. He's not listening to what I'm saying to him. Which some people that I saw said that the PI really wasn't giving out real information, like with real evidence and stuff. But the PI also did say he was doing this before. He'd done this many a times.
Well, if you're a private investigator, what type of information do you need? You requested me to be a PI. I'm giving you the same information. I'm sure he should have had some type of information in front of him, which he did. He had his laptop or tablet or something with him, and was giving him the same information that I just told you 2 weeks ago.
All right, on the phone.
So, but he doesn't want to hear it. I mean, one of the main questions was, now he knows that Lana is supposed to be in Kiev living with her sister. And so he just wanted to verify if she was really there. And he was trying to tell, the investigator was telling him that, you know, just because your papers say you're from here, that doesn't mean you still live here. So, you know, just like anybody, you could travel anywhere around your city or wherever. So, but David wasn't trying to hear that.
And also, he was supposed to meet Lana. She said she couldn't go for a hockey game.
Yeah, her nephew's hockey game. She's like, what? I'm her man. I need to be priority. I said, okay, I'm your man.
That's another thing the PI said. He was like, well, if this person wants to really see you, y'all in a relationship, why can they make that priority?
David gets just upset with that. He at the end, you know what? He's like, you know what? You're fired.
Right.
I was like, okay.
He walks out in that trench coat. The PI was like, you know, we'll see what happens on Monday.
Yep.
We'll see. And you know what happens on Monday?
What?
We see David meeting up. He's waiting. He's looking around. He's nervous. He's anxious. He's happy. We're getting all these emotions.
And you know what else he has with him? His Victoria's Secret bag. I'm like,
Yeah,
I
didn't see that.
I'm like, why would you have the Victoria's Secret bag with you? You should wait to keep it when you make it to the hotel if Lana is there.
He didn't have no roses?
Nah, he did that last time.
Needless to say, we are all taken by surprise when we see Lana actually show up. I was skeptical. I had to clear my eyes a few times. I had to run that back. I had to zoom in. I was like, is this the real Lana? Like, or is this like someone who looks like her?
Well,
They had to have someone show up.
That's a good one. Yeah, listen, girl. You know we need someone to be Lana, so go ahead and show up and be like, hi, it's me. Well, Lana shows up, and David doesn't know what to do with himself. He's like, it's you. Lana had to give him a hug. I guess he was stunned. So, you know, I hate to say that it went off that way, but it did. I was so upset. I'm like, they could have started with that first.
They gave us that 1 3-hour episode. You don't want to give us today?
I felt like we was in Ukraine 8 times too.
So yeah, that was the end of this week's episode. They just cut us off like that. I'm very excited to see what's gonna happen next week.
Yes.
Especially when Ed walks into that room. I'm like, she gone. But he didn't know that.
He didn't know.
What are you waiting for?
I'm waiting for, of course, Usman and baby girl Lisa. I was upset they weren't on the show this week.
I wasn't.
Well, I'm ready for them. Of course, Ed and Rosemary, David and Lana. And that's about it.
So let us know what you thought about this week's episode and what you're waiting for to happen next week. Thank you for watching our videos. We really appreciate it.
Yes.
So make sure you like this video, you comment on this video, you subscribe to our channel, and share it to other people who watch 90 Day Fiancé before the 90 days as well.
And as always, live simply, be grateful.
Come on,